Why We Want You to Be Rich by Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki. Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki believe that the biggest reason for most Americans being poor is the lack of financial education. To showcase their economy well, the government prints more and more money, but the value decreases due to excess paper money. The worst part is that financial education is never provided in schools. In this summary, you will learn to have a mindset like a wealthy and successful person. It doesn't matter where you come from. If you have the courage and determination to reach the top, you can also become like Trump and Kiyosaki. You can become a smart investor in the stock market and real estate. And this summary will tell you how. Along with this, you will also learn to prioritize and improve your skills. Some people have supportive families, while others have faced many difficulties since childhood. But that doesn't mean others will always remain in bad situations. Whatever choices you make determine your future. There may be many people who criticize Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki, but no one can deny that both of them have become rich and successful on their own. They are living such comfortable lives because of their knowledge, skills, and desire to reach the top. You can also become like them, and Trump and Kiyosaki also want you to become rich. So let's start understanding the points mentioned in this summary. Millionaire meets billionaire. Robert Kiyosaki, a New York Times best-selling author and real estate entrepreneur, once had the opportunity to meet Donald Trump. Both were speakers at a real estate exposition attended by 24,000 people. Making money was magic for Trump and Kiyosaki. Both were very skilled in their respective fields. Kiyosaki was a top personal finance author, while Trump was a top business author. Despite all this, Kiyosaki felt very small in front of Trump. He was a millionaire, but Trump was a billionaire. Trump was in a different league, and Kiyosaki felt like he had just started. So when Trump suggested writing a book together, he was amazed. It was surprising for Kiyosaki how someone like Trump, a billionaire, wanted to work with him. Kiyosaki was also a best-selling author, but Trump had more wealth. Kiyosaki took a long time to respond to the idea of writing a book. According to Trump, he had already recognized Kiyosaki's potential long before meeting him. Long before meeting him, Trump had read Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He was very impressed with how Kiyosaki had explained things so easily. Trump believed that Kiyosaki was just like him, a real educator and storyteller. Trump considered Kiyosaki a powerhouse. Initially, he thought that Kiyosaki would be very intimidating, but when he met him, Trump felt the opposite. Kiyosaki was very humble, and wherever he went, he brought positive energy around him. Trump saw how sincere and passionate Kiyosaki was in teaching and sharing his knowledge. So despite some differences, they could work together. Soon, Kiyosaki went to Trump's office, and they discussed what he should write about. Kiyosaki saw that they both were passionate about social issues. Both were naturally gifted teachers who wanted to share their knowledge with the world. They wanted to educate people about their financial situation. There is such a problem in society that due to mismanagement of economic resources, the poor and middle class are becoming even poorer. Rising inflation, oil prices, the value of the dollar, and the war in the Middle East could be serious problems. Trump and Kiyosaki want to help ordinary people like Mary. After losing her parents, Mary inherited $1 million property. There was no debt on that house, and the property prices were increasing. Mary suddenly became a millionaire. However, Her income was still the same. Mary used to earn just enough to meet her daily needs, but her 3 children were studying in school. She was confused about what to do with her property and money. If even one of her children fell ill, she could drown in huge debt. Even though she had received so much property from her parents, she was still struggling. Mary did not know how to deal with things because she had no financial education and investment background. If she had the right knowledge, Mary would have been relieved of her problems. She would have known the best strategies for dealing with her property and making it profitable. This book was written so that this fact could be shared with everyone, that why ordinary people have trouble becoming rich. Trump and Kiyosaki wanted to raise awareness among people because they believed that there is a financial problem in America. People need to learn how to save from today before it's too late. And this book started with the same purpose. Why we want you to be rich. Every person dreams of earning name and fame. However, not everyone knows how this can be achieved. To build a successful business, you must understand the reason behind the diminishing value of money. It is also essential to know how to manage your finances correctly. People believe that inflation is the reason for increasing poverty. But Trump and Kiyosaki want to raise awareness about poor financial education. The truth is that the value of our money keeps decreasing because the government prints too much money. Due to excessive supply, the value of our money decreases over time. Let's understand how poor financial education affects us through an example. A well-performing company says that giving a $40 dividend despite earning $30 is a good deal. Consumers will easily accept it because they are not fully educated or informed about handling finances correctly. However, if a properly educated middle school child is there, they will not accept the deal mentioned above because they will know that $30 will never be equal to $40. Due to lack of background knowledge, careless consumers trust companies that deceive them, resulting in wastage of their money. In this way, company owners become wealthy. Moreover, people have a mentality of imposing responsibility on others. They often do wrong deeds and expect the government to take responsibility for any financial damage caused by them. People remain dependent on the government to solve the problems caused by their wrong consumption habits. This is one of the many problems prevailing in our society. We earn more money than we need and end up spending more. Let's look at the example of Noel. He earns $400 per month but spends $500. He takes loans from sharks and then takes loans from banks to repay them. As time passes, Noel's debt keeps increasing, trapping him in an endless cycle. By becoming financially educated and wise consumers, you can avoid getting stuck in situations like Noel's. There are 3 types of investors: some who do not invest, some who invest safely, and then there are those who invest to earn a lot of money. Let's look at the example of these siblings. The eldest, Athena, is a non-investor. After retirement, she hopes to depend on her family, company, and government to handle financial matters. The middle sister, Beth, invests safely and cautiously. She never puts money in risky investments and has a saving mentality. On the other hand, the youngest, Charles, is the most experienced investor. Unlike his sisters, he invests to earn big profits. He wants to make the most profit from any party he participates in and earns enough money that will never end in his lifetime. Strive to be like Charles. Instead of waiting for inflation to increase or the value of money to diminish, learn more and improve how you handle your finances. Doing so will secure a better future for you and your family. Investing to win. To enjoy life, Robert Kiyosaki does not trust that famous advice that tells people to live within their means. Instead, spend money on things that make you happy, and don't skimp on saving for yourself. Saving should only be done by those whose lives are going well, but success does not necessarily mean anything, because nothing in life is secure. Anyone's job can be lost, or the stock market can crash at any time. Just having good education is not enough, because schools don't teach children anything about money and finance. Therefore, to win, people should invest. People like Trump and Kiyosaki don't just live within their means. Instead, they increase their means so that they can enjoy life. They don't just invest in safe investments like others. So, investment should not only be done to avoid future losses or to save money. Don't think about the risks associated with them. Instead, invest in such a way that you can earn more money. This way, you can play to win when investing. When choosing the right investment, you should remember the 90-10 rule of money. This rule says that only 10% of investors get 90% of the money. In simple terms, only the top 10% win. For example, in a competition, only the champions get the prize among all participants. Only the top 10% of professional athletes earn 90% of the money. But it is important to remember that not everyone can be in the top 10%. You cannot be in the top 10% in everything. So it is important to evaluate yourself. What is your biggest strength? What are you good at? You cannot just jump into any profession and expect to earn a lot of money. You need to evaluate which field your qualities are best suited for. Where your talents and motivation match, you will make your way to the top. For example, Donald Trump's experience was to become his own employer. Trump is known for building tall towers. To maintain his legacy, he went to Phoenix, Arizona, to build the tallest and most futuristic building on Camelback Road. There were height restrictions on the buildings built in Arizona. Trump's dream of building the tallest building was shattered. The local government held meetings and debated whether to grant Trump permission to build tall buildings or not. When the citizens voted against his plan, his dream was shattered. Later, he was given permission to build tall buildings there, but Trump did not work in that area again. He either came there to win or to go back home. Trump did not want to compromise. When Kiyosaki asked him about it, Trump told him about his new plans in Dubai. They were building one of the tallest and most futuristic buildings there. In this way, Trump became part of the top 10% of the real estate investment industry. Despite obstacles and risks, he was determined to fulfill his dream. If you don't feel motivated and want to give up, here's the story of a boy who was very fond of soda. The boy started manufacturing soda and named it 3UP. Unfortunately, this business did not work because he could not reach his target market. He tried several times and named it 4UP, 5UP, and 6UP, but all failed. The boy still kept working hard and never thought of giving up on his dream. Soon, he made 7UP soda, which became very popular. So, understand that everyone has a winning personality inside them. You just have to reach that personality and never give up. If you want to be a winner, you have to step out of your comfort zone. In society, 90% of the money is with the top 10% of people. Soon, this ratio can increase to the point where only 5% of the population will have 95% of the money. In this way, they will have the power to control the country. Now, it's up to you whether you want to be controlled by someone else or become a winner. What did you learn from school? In childhood, we all have dreamed of becoming a princess, a pirate, or even a mermaid at some point. As we grow older, we realize that the dreams we had as children are not enough to live a good life in society. Then, we look for a job that fits our skills and values and leads us towards the life we dreamt of. Some people, even after graduating from high school, don't know what they want to become in life. Some end up sitting on the couch, eating potato chips until 2 in the morning, wondering where their life went wrong. On the other hand, some invest their time in fulfilling their dreams and eventually end up living a perfect life with a luxury car and a 4-story luxurious house. Some people may know about their dreams, but they don't work towards achieving them. Due to low motivation, they get distracted by temporary things, which leads to regret in their minds forever. This chapter will emphasize the importance of knowing your prospective profession and aiming for the highest level in it. Just knowing your ideal career won't make your life successful, but it can be possible to achieve it by doing what is necessary. It's also essential to manage your time, hobbies, and money. Setting your priorities right, moving beyond your initial goals, preparing yourself for things you're unsure of, and knowing about the world you're entering are all necessary for success. Let's understand how managing priorities and improving skills can impact your future with an example. Tanya and Alfred are first-year students at the university who want to become doctors. Alfred, a top student, spends his day attending lectures, quickly submitting assignments, and then spending the rest of his time hanging out with friends. On the other hand, Tanya, who ranks second in her class, spends her day attending lectures, making notes, completing her homework on time, and then studying for upcoming exams. When her second year started, Tanya ranked first in her class, and Alfred's grades started dropping. Even after becoming a top student, Tanya never stopped making notes and never left any room for slack on exam days. She consistently made efforts to fulfill her dreams and always kept her competition in mind. Time passed, and both graduated from medical school, but only Tanya passed the physician licensing exam and became a licensed doctor. Unaware of his mistakes, Alfred started questioning himself and regretted the time he wasted sleeping and partying. Both Tanya and Alfred wanted to become licensed doctors, but their different priorities had a significant impact on their dreams. Tanya never wasted even a second on distractions. Instead, she used her time for essential tasks that would help her improve and succeed in life. Meanwhile, Alfred let temporary comfort take the opportunity away from his hands and kept regretting it later. Why do some people who want to be rich fail to become rich? Have you ever asked yourself why some people are more successful even though you know you're smarter than them? Have you ever wondered what mistake you made or what they did that you didn't? People grow up in different environments and have different types of relationships with others. Some have very supportive families, while others grow up in environments where they were overlooked. This environment deeply influences a person's courage to face any challenges, and you start questioning yourself whether your efforts are enough or not. Everyone has the opportunity to choose whether they want to be successful or not. It's your choice whether you want to work for your dreams or sit back and watch others move forward. We all face different levels of difficulties in life. It doesn't matter how much burden you're carrying. What matters is how you handle those challenges. Humans are like different types of plants. Some thrive under careful nurturing in pots under a roof, while others grow amidst dangerous creatures in the jungle, facing a higher risk of harm. Yet, both have the opportunity to flourish. Maybe they didn't have the same experiences. Some may find a good life easily, but that doesn't mean others cannot have a good and fulfilling life. If a plant grown in a pot becomes successful, it's not just because of its environment, it's also because of its desire to improve its skills and the courage to step out of that pot. Similarly, the plant that was overlooked may have faced more rocky paths than the potted plant, but it still thrived. This happened because it chose to strive for the best rather than settling for what life handed it. Having a supportive and well-nurtured environment is not enough to reach success. You also need to recognize your abilities and strive to improve them. Let's look at the example of Tom and Kyle. Both dream of becoming secondary school teachers and work hard towards it. The only significant difference between them is what sets them apart. Tom realizes that he excels in math and plans to become a math teacher after passing the licensure exam. On the other hand, Kyle lacks a strong passion for any subject. He decided to study English because it was his first language. Both passed the exam and became licensed teachers. However, Tom, driven by his passion and desire for excellence, quickly climbed the ladder and now earns 5 times more than an average secondary school teacher. Meanwhile, Kyle, residing in a small apartment, sees no prospects for his salary to increase. Therefore, it's essential to have a supportive and well-nurtured environment to enhance your abilities and achieve your ambitions in the long run. Handling the challenges of an environment that cannot be managed will test your desire for success and make you a determined individual who utilizes their hidden genius to reach the highest levels in their job for their benefit. Always remember that fulfilling any dream is not impossible. It depends on your dedication, courage, and desire to achieve it. Why do you invest in real estate? Do you want control in your hands? Many investments are risky because you have no control over where your money is going. The assets and markets you invest in experience ups and downs over time. This causes investors to worry about their investments. However, when you invest in real estate, you have control. You have control over how you invest and how you manage your money. There are many benefits to investing in real estate. You receive rent every month, which you can use to pay off any loans associated with the property. You can also get creative with your land. You can build on it, make improvements, and renovate it for any purpose. After improving your property, you can also increase its rent. Government real estate offers tax deferral, which is not available for stocks, bonds, or mutual funds. The depreciation of these properties can also reduce your taxes. It is deducted as an expense, giving you tax breaks. Despite this, real estate continues to appreciate over time. With surrounding improvements, their value also continues to rise. Another major benefit of investing in real estate is its slow change. It's not like the stock and bond markets where there is fluctuation every second. It is not necessary for Trump and Kiyosaki to use fast-paced technology for their real estate business. They choose the right property with the right price and management. Soon, by integrating and innovating their businesses with young generation technology, they will advance their enterprise. By then, many companies and jobs will have changed, but it will take a long time for Trump and Kiyosaki's properties to become outdated. So it is important that you know the intrinsic value of the field you want to go into. Don't just look at the market of that business right now, but also look at its real and long-term potential. Successful entrepreneurs invest in businesses that will continue to grow in the coming years. In stocks and bonds, investors constantly monitor prices. They buy stocks at low prices and hope to sell them when their price goes up. For example, John is an average investor. He bought a $1.50 stock. Then he waits for its price to reach $1.70 or more before selling it. Every morning, John checks the stock market first thing. He checks the market again at work and keeps an eye on the market's fluctuations. One day, the market suddenly crashes. John couldn't sell his stocks, and now he has nothing left. On the other hand, Mark is a real estate investor. He has some properties and tall towers. He doesn't need to check the price of his property every day. Mark goes out and enjoys his day. If he likes a property, he researches it and then makes a decision. Even if the real estate industry goes down, Mark still has his properties and will have many options on how to manage them. Between the two, it's clear that Mark is the winner. So if you want to stay in business for a long time, don't be foolish enough to wait for the price of an investment to go up for a little longer. Find a business that will remain valuable for a long time. In real estate, you can buy property at a low price and make more profit from it in the future. Take the example of Trump Tower. Even though it's new, it has already made a name for itself. It's seen as a landmark. It's clear that investing in real estate is very profitable. The assets you invest in are tangible and solid, and you have control over them. You can develop them into something bigger and better. It lasts for a long time, and as time goes by, you continue to make money from it. Conclusion. So first, you learned how Trump and Kiyosaki came together to share their experiences and knowledge to teach people how to grow their money. Keeping the right mindset and learning where to invest will take you a long way in life. Secondly, you understood how important it is to manage your money wisely and effectively. You also learned how good financial management affects the value of your money. You also learned about 3 types of investors: those who don't invest, those who invest safely, and those who invest to earn a lot of money. Our aim should be to become investors like the last one. Thirdly, you learned how you can win at investing. The 90/10 rule will help you find the right investment according to your strength and weakness. Find out what you're good at and become part of the top 10%, and then you'll get 90% of the money. Fourth, you learned about the importance of managing priorities and how it affects your future profession. You understood that to be successful, you need to work harder than you think you need to. Fifth, remember that success doesn't choose you. You choose success. As a famous quote says, "Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder." Similarly, both authors of this book believe that the future also lies in the hands of the beholder. If you come from a poor background, it's not a barrier to becoming rich and successful. Sixth, you learned that investing in real estate has many advantages over investing in stocks, bonds, and funds. There are tax benefits in real estate. Your cash flow is secured, your property will appreciate, and it won't become obsolete quickly in the future. If you're not good at using technology like Trump and Kiyosaki, this could be the best investment for you. The road to becoming rich is not easy. You will encounter many obstacles along the way. You'll have to step out of your comfort zone, but the results will always be good for you. Keep working hard and never give up. And then you'll be on the path to becoming a millionaire or billionaire.